Hawaii Five-O brought crime, danger, and island mystery into living rooms, with a style no other police drama had. From the unforgettable theme song to the sharp suits, ocean views, and tense investigations, the cast became part of classic television history. But after the cameras stopped rolling, their real lives followed very different paths. Fame, private struggles, quiet exits, and losses fans still remember today. Let's begin this journey and see what happened to the cast of Hawaii Five-O. Danny Williams was played by James MacArthur at the age of 30. Young, steady, and always ready when McGarrett barked, "Book 'em, Dano," Danny became the loyal second man at the heart of Hawaii Five-O. He gave the show a cleaner, boyish counterweight to Jack Lord's harder command style. He died in 2010 at the age of 72, with the cause not widely detailed in public reports. Before the Islands made him a TV regular, he had already been a Disney adventure star in films like Swiss Family Robinson, and he also came from serious theater blood as the son of Helen Hayes. Dano is one of those characters who got stuck in pop culture through one line. McGarrett may have owned the camera, but Danny gave the team its dependable rhythm, the guy beside the boss, chasing suspects, taking orders, and making the whole 5-0 unit feel like a real squad. Chin-Ho was played by Kam Fong at the age of 50. Calm, seasoned, and carrying real island authority, Chin-Ho gave Hawaii Five-O something most crime shows could not fake. He felt rooted in Honolulu, not like a mainland cop dropped into a postcard version of Hawaii. Kam Fong passed away in 2002 at the age of 84 after lung cancer. Before acting, he had actually served with the Honolulu Police Department, and that real-life background showed in the way he carried himself. He also survived the attack on Pearl Harbor, giving his life story a weight far beyond television. Chin-Ho helped ground the show in local texture. The beaches, music, and car chases gave Hawaii Five-O its style, but characters like him gave it credibility. He was quiet, professional, and believable. Exactly the kind of man who made the original 5-0 team feel connected to the islands. Duke was played by Herman Wedemeyer at the age of 44. Solid, calm, and carrying the kind of local presence that made the 5-0 squad feel more believable, Duke brought a steady police energy to the series. He did not need to dominate scenes. He looked like a man who knew the streets, the people, and the rhythm of island law enforcement. Herman Wedemeyer died in 1999 at the age of 74 after a heart attack. Before Hawaii Five-0, he had been a real athlete, playing football at St. Mary's and later moving into politics in Hawaii, which gave his life a much wider story than one TV role. Duke helped the show feel less like a tourist version of Hawaii. McGarrett had the big command style, but characters like Duke gave the squad a grounded local layer. He made the police work feel connected to the islands, not just staged against a beautiful background. Khigh Fong was played by Harry Endo at the age of 46. Quiet, precise, and always useful when the case needed science instead of another chase, Khigh brought the lab side of Hawaii Five-0 into focus. He was the technician who could turn evidence, fingerprints, and tiny details into the next break in the investigation. Harry Endo passed away in 2009 at the age of 87 after a stroke. Before becoming part of the 5-0 world, he had worked as a bank executive, which makes his later TV career feel even more unexpected. For fans, though, Khigh Fong became his signature role. Khigh gave the series a nice change of pace. The show had plenty of guns, suspects, and McGarrett intensity, but someone had to slow things down and make the clues matter. Khigh did that with calm focus, helping the cases feel smarter and more procedural. Kono was played by Zulu at the age of 31. Big, tough, and full of island personality, Kono brought a rougher physical energy to the early 5-0 team. He looked like the kind of cop who could handle himself in a fight, but he also gave the squad a warmer, more local flavor. Zulu died in 2004 at the age of 66 after complications from diabetes. Outside the show, he was also known as a Waikiki entertainer and radio personality, with a public life closely tied to Hawaii's local entertainment scene. Kono gave the early seasons some muscle and charm. He was not polished in the same way as McGarrett, and that was part of the appeal. He made the team feel broader, less like one boss with sidekicks, more like a group of different island personalities, working the same beat. Governor was played by Richard Denning at the age of 54. Polished, official, and exactly the kind of political figure McGarrett needed above him, the governor gave Hawaii Five-0 its chain of command. He was not out chasing suspects through Honolulu, but his presence made the 5-0 unit feel powerful, protected, and tied to real state authority. Richard Denning passed away in 1998 at the age of 84 after cardiac arrest. Before the islands became part of his TV legacy, he had already worked for decades in film, radio, and television, including Creature from the Black Lagoon and Mr. and Mrs. North. The governor helped sell the show's old-school crime drama setup. McGarrett could be intense, stubborn, and almost impossible to slow down, but there was still someone above him giving the cases political weight. That made the investigations feel bigger than just one cop's mission. Ben was played by Al Harrington at the age of 33. Cool, confident, and carrying a natural island charisma, Ben added another strong local face to the 5-0 squad. He had the kind of presence that fit both the police work and the Hawaii setting without feeling forced. Al Harrington passed away in 2021 at the age of 85 after a stroke. Away from the badge, he was also a major Hawaiian entertainer, singer, and teacher, later appearing in the Hawaii Five-O reboot as well. His career stayed deeply connected to the culture and people of the islands. Ben gave the show more than just another detective. He brought warmth, local flavor, and an easy confidence that helped keep the squad from feeling too mainland. In a series built on Hawaii's streets, beaches, and neighborhoods, that kind of authenticity mattered. John Manicotti was played by Glenn Cannon at the age of 36. Smart, serious, and carrying the polished pressure of the prosecutor's office, Manicotti brought the legal side of Hawaii Five-O into the picture. He was not there for car chases, he was there for cases, evidence, and the part where McGarrett's arrests had to stand up. He died in 2013 at the age of 80 after an illness. His life was strongly tied to Hawaii beyond acting, including years as a drama professor at the University of Hawaii. That gave his presence on the show a real local connection. Manicotti made the 5-0 world feel more complete. McGarrett could catch the criminals, but someone still had to deal with the courtroom side. Characters like Manicotti reminded viewers that justice was not just the arrest, it was the whole system around it. Nick was played by Danny Kamakona at the age of 32. Tough, smooth, and carrying that easy local confidence, Nick fit right into Hawaii Five-O's world of island crime, backroom deals, and street-level tension. He had the kind of presence that could make a small role feel like there was a bigger story sitting behind it. He passed away in 1996 at the age of 60 after a heart attack. Beyond 5-0, he became familiar to wider audiences through roles in The Karate Kid Part 2, Robot Jocks, and other film and TV work, often bringing a strong Hawaiian presence to Hollywood projects. Nick added to the show's local flavor. Hawaii Five-O worked best when the islands felt like more than scenery, and actors like Kamakona helped with that. He gave the crime stories a grounded edge, the sense that every case came from a real community, not just a tourist postcard. Det Truck Kealoha was played by Mo Keel at the age of 30. Big-hearted, solid, and full of island warmth, Truck brought a friendlier kind of strength into the 5-0 world. He could fit into the police action, but he also had that relaxed Hawaiian presence that made him feel different from the harder mainland-style cops. Mo Keel passed away in 2002, at the age of 62, after a heart attack. Outside the show, he was a beloved Hawaiian musician and entertainer, and his song Aloha Is became closely tied to his legacy. His life after television stayed deeply connected to Hawaiian culture. Truck gave the series another local heartbeat. McGarrett had the command voice, the stare, and the famous closing line, but characters like Truck made the team feel connected to the people of Hawaii. He brought warmth into a show that could otherwise be all crime, pressure, and pursuit. Frank Kamana was played by Douglas Mossman at the age of 36. Calm, capable, and naturally believable in the police world, Kamana helped fill out the 5-0 team with another strong island presence. He was not there to overpower McGarrett's style. He helped make the squad feel wider, more local, and properly staffed. Douglas Mossman died in 2021 at the age of 88, with no widely reported cause of death. Away from acting, he was also involved in Hawaiian entertainment and production work, and he appeared in several roles across the original Hawaii Five-O run. Kamana is part of the show's local texture. The series had its big theme music, fast cars, and McGarrett intensity, but it also needed familiar island faces to keep the world believable. Mossman helped make the police stories feel rooted in Hawaii rather than simply filmed there. Tosaki was played by Kwan Hai Lim at the age of 47. Sharp, watchful, and carrying that grounded island presence, Tosaki fit naturally into the crime world of Hawaii Five-O. He was the kind of character who made a case feel more local, more specific, and less like a generic mainland police story dropped onto beautiful scenery. Kwan Hai Lim passed away in 2008 at the age of 86 after cancer. Before and beyond the show, he had a long career across Hawaiian theater, film, and television, and he appeared in several different roles throughout Hawaii Five-O. He was also active in local arts and became one of those familiar island performers who helped shape the show's real texture. Tosaki reminds viewers why the original series still feels tied to Hawaii in a way many crime shows never manage. It was not only MacGarrett, the theme music, or the car chases, it was also actors like Lim bringing local faces, voices, and rhythm into the cases, making the islands feel like a real community instead of a postcard. Frank Okawa was played by Tommy Fujiwara at the age of 42. Calm, serious, and believable as a man, moving through Hawaii Five-O's police and crime world, Okawa added another local layer to the series. He had the kind of screen presence that did not need to shout. He simply helped make the episode feel rooted in the islands. Tommy Fujiwara died in 2016 at the age of 80 after an illness. His career was closely connected to Hawaii's film and television scene, with appearances in Hawaii Five-O, Magnum, P.I., and other productions filmed in the islands. He was one of those working actors who helped give local productions a familiar face and a real sense of place. Okawa's role belongs to the show's bigger island atmosphere. In a crime drama like this, every guest character, witness, suspect, or official helped build the world around the main squad. Fujiwara's presence made the story feel less like a studio crime plot and more like something happening in a living, breathing Hawaii.